Hello viewers, I'm your host Pratiksha Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's first talk about the partnership between India and Maldives, which is a pivotal aspect of stability in the Indian Ocean region. As both nations confront shared challenges, their collaboration becomes increasingly crucial. With India's commitment to providing financial assistance and developmental support, the Maldives is better positioned to tackle these challenges. The recent agreements made between New Delhi and Male during the Maldivian President's visit to India highlight a shared commitment to growth and resilience through enhanced maritime cooperation and infrastructure development. A report.
India and the Maldives share deep-rooted cultural, religious and commercial ties that are steeped in history. This multifaceted relationship has remained close and cordial over the years. India was one of the first countries to recognize the Maldives after its independence in 1965 and to establish diplomatic relations. In a significant recent development, Maldivian President Mohammad Muizzu made his first state visit to New Delhi. During this visit, he and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi engaged in comprehensive discussions to review the full spectrum of bilateral ties, emphasizing their importance for regional stability. They highlighted the notable progress both countries have made in deepening their historically close relationship, which benefits the people of both nations.
Prime Minister Modi and I held extensive discussions, taking stock of our successful development journey together and charting a path for the future collaboration between our two countries. We agreed on a comprehensive vision document charting the course of our bilateral relationship.
As Prime Minister Modi met President Muizzu, India announced support for the Maldives, including 30 billion Indian rupees and $400 million as part of a bilateral currency swap agreement to help address the country's financial challenges. The leaders agreed to begin negotiations for a free trade agreement and signed 5 agreements focused on the currency swap, judicial officer training, corruption prevention and law enforcement training. The two sides also introduced the RuPay card in the Maldives, and India transferred 700 social housing units while inaugurating a new runway at Hani Madhu International Airport in the island nation. India and the Maldives, as natural allies in the Indian Ocean region, are united by shared challenges that impact their security and development. They are committed to enhancing maritime and security cooperation for the benefit of their people and the broader region. The visit of the Maldivian President highlighted the mutual commitment of both leaders to strengthen their partnership, emphasizing their dedication to shared growth and effectively addressing regional issues. PM Modi affirmed the importance of India's relationship with the Maldives under its Neighbourhood First policy and Vision Sagar, reiterating India's steadfast support for the Maldives in its developmental efforts and priorities.
हम मालदीव नेशनल डिफेंस फोर्सेस की ट्रेनिंग और कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग में अपना सहयोग जारी रखेंगे। इंडियन ओशन रीजन में स्थिरता और समृद्धि के लिए हम मिलकर काम करेंगे। हाइड्रोग्राफी और डिजास्टर रिस्पांस में सहयोग बढ़ाया जाएगा।
India has consistently played a vital role in supporting the Maldives, reflecting the strong historical and geographical ties between the two nations. Over the years, India has extended various forms of assistance, including economic aid, developmental projects, and disaster relief. Notably, India has contributed to the Maldives' infrastructure development, funding projects like the construction of roads, hospitals, and housing. Additionally, during times of crisis, such as natural disasters or health emergencies, India has swiftly provided humanitarian aid, including food, medical supplies, and technical support.
order to deal with the structural issues in their finance, in the banking sector and others, it is very important that some kind of a financial injection is made into the economy, and that's precisely what India has done by providing a bridging facility of 30 billion rupees and then giving some over 380 billion or something like that as assistance or grant or loans for carrying out projects. And so they have agreed on many projects in the process also that will continue. But for all that, it is important that your financial health is good. And India has tried to provide all the assistance that has been requested by the Maldivian President.
India and Maldives work together to tackle shared challenges and enhance cooperation in various sectors. The commitment to mutual growth and development remains steadfast. The collaborative efforts in finance, infrastructure and security illustrate the importance of this partnership, not only for the Maldives but also for the stability of the Indian Ocean region as a whole. With a focus on shared prosperity and resilience, India and the Maldives are poised to navigate the complexities of the future together.
Moving on. India's Gujarat state is setting a remarkable example in the renewable energy sector. With initiatives like the Surya Ghar Bijli Yojana, the state is making rooftop solar panels accessible to residents who now enjoy reduced electricity bills and the opportunity to sell surplus energy. Gujarat's hybrid solar and wind projects, along with a commitment to sustainability, position it as a leader in India's green revolution, contributing 12% to the nation's renewable energy capacity. As the state pioneers this energy shift, it lays the groundwork for a sustainable future for all of India. Take a look.
As Gujarat celebrates Vikas Saptah, marking 23 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's policy-driven governance, the state has emerged as a leader in India's green energy revolution, contributing significantly to the country's ambitious target of 500 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2030. From large-scale solar parks to electrification of its transport sector, including the introduction of electric buses across major cities, Gujarat has not only become a renewable energy hub, but has also charted a roadmap for the entire country, thanks to PM Modi's far-sighted vision that integrated public-private partnerships, job creation and sustainable growth.
गुजरात भारत का वो राज्य है जिसने भारत में सबसे पहले अपनी सोलर पावर पॉलिसी बनाई थी। पहले गुजरात में पॉलिसी बनी, इसके बाद हम नेशनल लेवल पर आगे बढ़े। दुनिया में जैसा अभी भूपेंद्र भाई ने बताया, क्लाइमेट के लिए अलग से मिनिस्ट्री बनाने वालों में भी गुजरात बहुत आगे था।
With rooftop solar initiatives making renewable energy accessible to common citizens, thousands of households and businesses in Gujarat are benefiting from solar panels installed on their rooftops. According to a report by World Economic Forum, Gujarat has nearly two-thirds of all residential rooftop solar power in India, despite having just 5% of India's 1.4 billion population and 6% of its land mass. Gujarat had already introduced its own subsidy system called Surya in 2019. Gujarat's rooftop solar program, which was launched in 2010, has been an inspirational model for the nation by 2024 PM Surya Ghar Bijli Yojana. Atul Shah, a resident of Ahmedabad, describes rooftop solar as one-time investment, lifetime profit initiative. It not only lowers electricity bills, it is also a profitable venture as individuals can sell excess electricity generated from these solar panels.
हमने जब लगवाए हैं, सबसे पहले हमने लगवाए थे सोसाइटी में, फिर आसपास वाले पड़ोसी को भी हमने किया कि उसका ये बेनिफिट है, ये लगवाओ, और इसके हिसाब से समाज सेवा भी हो सकती है, आपका बिजली का बिल भी कम आएगा और आपको ये बेनिफिट रहेगा। खाली एक बार साफ करके आपको अच्छा बेनिफिट आपको रहेगा। तो आसपास के लोगों ने भी लगवाया उसके जैसे पैनल।
Gujarat has also pioneered hybrid renewable projects combining solar and wind power for maximum efficiency. Gujarat contributes to nearly 12% of total renewable energy capacity of India. The state has been power surplus since 2009. It is the first state in the country to achieve 100% electrification. The Gujarat's renewable energy model also aligns with sustainable development goals, reducing carbon emissions and demonstrating India's commitment to addressing climate change.
अगर मैं बात करूं इस दुनिया का सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट मुद्दे तो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग और क्लाइमेट चेंज है। और जो नेता हमको मिले हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी, उनका विज़न जो है वो बहुत क्लियर है। 2070 में वो इंडिया को कार्बन न्यूट्रल करना चाहते हैं और इस पूरे उनके मिशन के अंदर रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी जो है वो बहुत एक इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट ले रहा है।
Industries in Gujarat too are reaping the benefits of this energy shift. The state's commitment to sustainability has made it an attractive destination for manufacturing units. As India looks forward towards achieving its ambitious renewable energy goals, Gujarat remains at the forefront of this transformation.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent. Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba dissolved the lower house of parliament on October 9th, ahead of the general election slated on October 27, the first national vote for the country's new leader. The poll, which will come a year early and ahead of the US presidential election in November, will decide which party controls the lower house of representatives. Speaking to reporters in Tokyo, Ishiba, a former defense minister, highlighted national security and the cost of living as two of his party's key issues ahead of the election later this month. Ishiba became Prime Minister earlier in October after his predecessor Fumio Kishida decided to end his 3-year premiership due to public outrage over political funding scandals involving the ruler Liberal Democratic Party. Russian and Chinese Navy warships practiced anti-submarine missions in the northwestern Pacific Ocean as part of a joint patrol in the Asia-Pacific region, Russian Defense Ministry reported, releasing footage of the drills. The ministry reported that Russian and Chinese Navy ships have begun joint patrols after participating in the Interaction 2024 naval exercises in September. A number of training sessions and combat training exercises were planned during the patrol missions, the ministry reported, including organizing anti-submarine defense and rescue at sea. Leaders of ASEAN met with dialogue partner South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol in a regional meeting held in Vientiane, as both sides highlighted the elevation of a comprehensive strategic partnership after 35 years of trade and cultural relations.
การพัวพันอาเซียนสองเกาหลีเป็นการพัวพันที่สำคัญมีความหมายมีเนื้อในและต่างฝ่ายต่างได้รับผลประโยชน์ซึ่งนะครับการเสริมขยายอย่างต่อเนื่องกวมเอา3เสาค้ำของประชาคมอาเซียนคือการเมืองความมั่นคงเศรษฐกิจและวัฒนธรรมสังคมและได้ถือยกระดับเป็นคู่ร่วมมือหอบด้านในปี 2024 ซึ่งเป็นปีที่สปป.ลาวเป็นประธานอาเซียนครั้งที่ และถือยกระดับเป็นคู่ร่วมยุทธศาสตร์ในปี 2010
The ongoing struggle of Baloch activists in Pakistan highlights the urgent need for global awareness and action against human rights violations in the region. Those who demand justice face systematic harassment and intimidation, jeopardizing their safety and the fundamental rights of the Baloch people. Recently, Mehrang Baloch, one of Pakistan's most prominent human rights advocates, was barred from travelling to the United States. Despite accepting an invitation to attend the Time 100 Next event in New York City, her journey was thwarted, highlighting the lengths to which authorities will go to suppress voices that challenges the status quo. A report.
When Maharang Baloch, one of Pakistan's most prominent advocates for human rights, accepted an invitation to attend a Time 100 Next event in New York City, she anticipated challenges at the Karachi airport. After all, the 31-year-old doctor has garnered widespread recognition for her activism on behalf of the Baloch minority, a highly contentious issue in a country grappling with a protracted separatist insurgency. Despite her commitment to non-violent advocacy, the Pakistani government's response has been anything but supportive. Baloch has faced various forms of harassment for her efforts, including threats and intimidation. Unfortunately, she was ultimately barred from beginning her journey to New York for the Time dinner. Maharang was set to receive an award for her tireless campaigning on behalf of the Baloch ethnic group.
Today I had a scheduled flight for New York to attend the Times magazine's gala for the 100 influential emerging leaders of the world. However, I was unjustly stopped in the Karachi International Airport by the FIA officials. They haven't given me any explanation. They have took my passport and my name is not in the ECL. They are not even responding to my queries. I think this is just an act to silence the genuine Baloch voices, because there was not a legitimate purpose to prevent my travel, just to silence the Baloch voices internationally, to conceal the 2 decades long genocide and the human rights violation back in Balochistan. Because in Balochistan, no media and can ever have the right and competency to reveal what's happening in Balochistan.
What happened to Maharang Baloch starkly illustrates the grim realities of human rights violations in Balochistan, underscoring the significant risks that activists endure in their pursuit of justice. This incident not only spotlights the personal challenges faced by individuals like Maharang, but also serves as a broader commentary on the oppressive environment that stifles advocacy and dissent in the region. Maharang's experience raises crucial questions about the state of freedom of expression in Pakistan. Her barring from travel exemplifies the lengths to which authorities will go to suppress voices that challenge the status quo. It highlights a troubling pattern of intimidation aimed at activists, suggesting that the government is more interested in silencing criticism than addressing the legitimate grievances of marginalized communities. However, activists like Maharang Baloch, resolute in their commitment to their cause, embodying a determination that defies the oppressive circumstances they face.
मैं इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के जरिए रियासत और इसके तमाम अदारों को वाज़िया पैगाम देना चाहती हूँ। इस तरह के हथकंडों से हम न तो खामोश होंगे और न ही बलूचिस्तान में इंसानी हकूक़ की पामालियों पर आवाज उठाना बंद करेंगे, बल्कि इस तरह के इक़दाम से हमारा हौसला और ज्यादा बुलंद होगा और हम मजीद मुनज़्ज़म होकर बलूचिस्तान में इंसानी हकूक़ की पामालियों और बलोच नस्लकुशी के खिलाफ आवाज उठाते रहेंगे। मैं इंसानी हकूक़ की तमाम मुल्की और बैनुल-अक़वामी तंजीमों से अपील करती हूँ कि वो कल हमारे साथ होने वाले वाक़ये समेत बलूचिस्तान में इंसानी हकूक़ की संगीन पामालियों पर रियासत पाकिस्तान को जवाबदेह बनाएं और बलोच कौम की बुनियादी इंसानी हकूक़ को महफूज बनाने में अपना किरदार अदा करें।
The ongoing struggle of Baloch activists highlight the urgent need for global awareness and action regarding human rights violations in the region. The systematic harassment and intimidation they face not only jeopardize their safety, but also the fundamental rights of the Baloch people.
In Karachi, Pakistan's financial capital, residents are grappling with an unprecedented economic crisis marked by skyrocketing inflation and surging unemployment. Families are finding it increasingly difficult to secure even a single meal each day, highlighting the dire situation. Ineffective government policies have only deepened the crisis, rendering basic necessities unattainable for many. As taxes continue to rise and job opportunities vanish, the once thriving city now faces a grim outlook.
In recent years, Pakistan has faced a persistent unemployment crisis that significantly impacts both its economy and society. The intertwined issues of rising unemployment and soaring inflation have been exacerbated by a series of policy missteps which have failed to address the underlying economic challenges. Karachi, Pakistan's largest city and economic hub, is currently grappling with an alarming combination of these two pressing issues. This precarious situation has created a challenging environment for many residents, deeply affecting their livelihoods and overall quality of life. The streets of Karachi resonate with the concerns of its residents as the economic landscape continues to deteriorate. The unemployment rate has surged, leaving thousands of families struggling to make ends meet. Many are confronted with the harsh reality of going without meals, a plight made even more dire by the spiraling inflation that drives up the prices of basic necessities.
बेरोजगारी पाकिस्तान में बहुत है, जिसकी वजह से गरीब आवाम तंग है। 3 टाइम का तो दूर की बात है, 1 टाइम का खाना भी नहीं मिल रहा आवाम को। उसकी वजह से जो लोग हैं ना, डकैतियाँ और चोरियाँ करने पे मजबूर हो रहे हैं।
In the heart of Karachi, a city once vibrant with opportunity, the shadows of desperation are beginning to loom larger. Residents bear witness to a troubling reality, one marked by rising crime rates and dwindling hope. Families who once had stable incomes are now facing uncertainty, leading to heightened anxiety about the future.
आजकल के जो हालात चल रहे हैं, ये खासकर पाकिस्तान में, ये कराची में फ़िलहाल तो देख रहे हैं, डकैतियाँ वगैरह, चोरियाँ बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गई हैं। क्यों बढ़ गई हैं? ये इसलिए बढ़ गई हैं कि पाकिस्तान हुकूमत कोई सहूलियात नहीं दे सकता आवाम को, तो आवाम कोई काम भी नहीं कर सकता। तो ऐसी जगह पे कहीं मिल में जाओ, कहीं भी जाओ, जॉब करने के लिए जॉब मिल नहीं रहा। तो भाई इसी वजह से बंदे ना लोग कर रहे हैं ये डकैतियाँ या चोरियाँ, या किसी को मार भी दिया, उन लोगों को कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता। हाँ कि उन लोगों को पता ये है कि भाई हालात बहुत ख़राब चल रहे हैं, तो इसी हिसाब से महंगाई तो उन लोगों ने किया हुआ है, तो कुछ आवाम को रिलीफ भी तो मिलना चाहिए ना भाई।
Amid high inflation, the burden of taxation has become unbearable for many, forcing them to navigate the complexities of everyday life. Basic necessities have turned into luxury items, and essential services seem increasingly out of reach.
हुकूमत तो कुछ कर नहीं रहा आवाम के बारे में, तो मेरा कहना तो यही है कि भाई जब तक ये हालात हैं पाकिस्तान के, जो महंगाई है, तो इसी हिसाब से नहीं चल सकता। ये और दिन ब दिन बढ़ती जाएगी और ज़्यादा ही बढ़ता जाएगा, क्योंकि नहीं है ना कोई सहूलत यहाँ पे। तो कराची की कंडीशन जिस तरह के, हर चीज़ पे टैक्स लगा दिया गया है, बिजली पे, गैस तो अभी तो हालांकि नहीं, अभी तो घरों पे भी नहीं आ रहा। बाहर तो गैस मिलना भी बंद हो गया है, क्योंकि कहीं सिलेंडर वगैरह धमाका कुछ भी हो जाता है तो बंदा बहुत परेशान होता है। इसलिए ये जो हालात हैं पाकिस्तान के, पाकिस्तान में बहुत बेरोजगारी बढ़ गई है।
In Pakistani cities like Karachi, the struggle continues, and with each passing day, the dream of a better future grows fainter, leaving the people to confront the harsh realities of their lives, one of unmet needs and fading aspirations. As the economy struggles, the gap between hope and reality grows wider, creating a divide that feels harder and harder to cross.
In Pakistan's biggest city, the weight of disappointment grows heavier with every hardship. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.